We have with us today the best friend any vet could ever have. Please join me in a warm welcome to the soon-to-be chairman of the United States Senate Armed Services Committee, our very good friend, Senator John McCain.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank all of you for being here. Thank you especially to Arizona Public Service. APS has made it their mission to hire our veterans and give them an opportunity as they transition from the military and the difficulties and challenges there to the rewards of civilian life. And I'm very proud that APS has been recognized both at the Pentagon and at other venues as one of the premier corporations in America that cares for and hires our veterans. And our veterans, when they return home, are not asking for a handout, they're asking for a hand up. And that's what APS has provided them. I'd also like to say a word, and by the way, that 20% number is something that all of us should be proud of veterans who were hired by the Arizona Public Service. And I also am proud of the city of Phoenix. I would argue that the city of Phoenix is probably the only city in America where there is no homeless veteran. Thanks to the effort of all of our citizens, every veteran has a home in Phoenix, Arizona. And when I travel around the country, I say that with great pride. By the way, when I travel around the country, as I was recently in Iowa a few days ago and campaigning for our candidate, I invite them all to come and winter with us here in the valley. So, and I want to thank Admiral Pittman. Thank you for your great work. I want to thank Bill Montgomery, a distinguished veteran. Unfortunately, he went to the wrong school, so he's not well educated, but he has overcome that, and we're pleased to know that. And also, I'd like to thank everybody involved, all of the sponsors, all of the people who we recognize. Let's have a little straight talk. For a while there, this commemoration was stumbling along, and it wasn't doing very well. Thanks to a lot of people, including leadership of Bill Montgomery, we are now going to have an appropriate honoring of our veterans, and especially our Grand Marshals who are here. We thank you. We thank you for your service, Colonel. We thank you. The difference between the Colonel and me is that he used to shoot people down and I got shot down. Colonel, he has the exact same number of landings as takeoffs. I do not. So, Colonel, thank you for your wonderful service. I don't want to take too many more minutes, but I especially want to mention Jack Holder here. Jack, we thank you. We thank you, Jack. Jack represents a generation that we call our greatest generation that we all know are passing. When I was a young midshipman at the Naval Academy, it was Jack's generation that inspired me. There's great aviators like Pappy Boynton and many others that performed such enormous feats of valor and courage and made the world safe for democracy. And one of the really nice things that we do in America today, all over America, is we have a thing called honor flights. Those honor flights is we take World War II veterans and fly them to Washington, D.C. and take them to the World War II Memorial. I go down there quite often at the request of some of my fellow veterans to greet these World War II veterans as they arrive there at the memorial. It's deeply moving. It's wonderful. And to be in the presence of those brave Americans who made the world safe for democracy is one of the great experiences of my life. So I thank all of you. I thank all of you for honoring our veterans. They didn't do what they did for recognition. They didn't do it because they won praise or even rewards. They They did it because they wanted to serve our country. We live in a very dangerous world today, and I am very concerned about the turmoil in the world today. I'm worried about the rise of this Islamic radical extremists that recently announced that enslavement of women is part of Sharia law. They continue to slaughter people. We've all seen the gruesome, horrible, horrific beheading of Americans on the internet. So we live in a dangerous world. And every 4th of July, Senator Graham and I go to either Baghdad or Kabul, now Kabul, in order to thank those brave men and women who are serving. But they are inspired by these. They're inspired by these. So the fact that we honor them also honors those brave Americans who are now serving in America in far-off places in very dangerous times. So I thank you and God bless.
Thank you, sir. How about another round of applause for Senator McCain?